President Xi Jinping presided over a massive gathering in Beijing's Tiananmen Square, the site of pro-democracy demonstrations in 1989 that ended in bloodshed, to mark the centenary of his ruling party on Thursday. With the massive festivities, China is looking to memorialize its version of history, reinforce its future and deflect Western criticism of its authoritarian rule, alleged human rights abuses against the Uyghurs and the increasing crackdown on dissent in Hong Kong. Xi, wearing a grey buttoned-up suit of the type worn by Mao Zedong, emphasized the party's role in bringing China to global prominence and vowed to make it a 21st-century world power. However, Xi received the most prolonged applause when he said that China will not be bullied on the world stage, in a clear reference to US and other Western powers' accusations that Beijing has been abusing its power from Xinjiang to Hong Kong. No one should underestimate the great resolve, the strong will, and the extraordinary ability of the Chinese people to defend their national sovereignty and territorial integrity, said Xi. Chinese people will never allow foreign bullying, oppressing, or subjugating. Anyone who would attempt to do so will find themselves on a collision course with a great wall of steel forged by over 1.4 billion Chinese people. On Thursday, thousands are expected to participate in a mass performance in Beijing's Tiananmen Square, the site of pro-democracy demonstrations in 1989 that ended in bloodshed, and other major historical sites across the country. But critics have noted that darker parts in the party's history were noticeably absent from the show that culminated with the audience singing the song "Without the Communist Party, There Would Be No New China" and 5 minutes of fireworks. A week after blasting off, the three astronauts, flanked by the Chinese flag and the Communist Party flag in their space module, saluted Xi during a video conversation. China's top 100 rappers have released a 15-minute hip-hop anthem celebrating the centennial with praise for the military, high-speed trains, 5G technology and the space program. And a television series that dramatizes the party's founding called The Age of Awakening has had over 1.3 billion views, according to a ratings research center on the Douban social networking platform. The festivities come as Beijing tries to shore up its image amid heightened tensions between China and Western democracies, but Communist Party officials are eager to frame the celebrations as another notch in a list of achievements. Victor Gao, the vice president of the Center for China and Globalization, a Beijing-based think tank that focuses on public policy and globalization issues, argued there are ample reasons for China to laud the party's centennial. Some of the achievements he listed include eliminating abject poverty, improving the health and life expectancy of 1.4 billion Chinese people, rolling out one of the best infrastructure networks in the world, and leapfrogging into the world's second-largest economy without resorting to colonization. For Dai Jinqian, 49, a farmer-turned-car wash operator in Beijing, the party's biggest achievement is simple: it's given people a sense of security. In my home village in southern Sichuan, people no longer have a sense of fear, said Dai, explaining that farmers now enjoy pension and health insurance, which used to be for urban residents only. I have a sick cousin who, because he was poor, stayed in a hospital for months without paying anything, he said. When asked whether they prefer living under China's political system as compared to that of other systems, 83% of respondents agreed or strongly agreed. In May 2020, during the build-up to the centennial, to promote patriotism and boost national unity, a wave of state-supported red tourism has swept across China, and this is why this anniversary can be celebrated today. The Communist Party received something very rare in history, a second chance, Kirby said. After 1978, it made the most of that second chance by largely abandoning Maoist policies, but a new, concise history of the Communist Party of China, timed for the party anniversary, seems to have revised history by avoiding direct criticism of Mao. Instead, it simply states that Mao waged incessant struggle against corruption, special privileges and bureaucratism. It also stresses the importance of centralized leadership by declaring there must be a main peak among the majestic mountains. Such burnishing of Mao's legacy has prompted criticism that Xi is trying to justify his strongman style of leadership. But party leaders argue that's not the case. This is not revising party history, but continuously improving our understanding of the past, which includes our mistakes and how we correct them. Party history scholar Zhang Xiyi recently told a group of foreign reporters. Still, critics say Xi's emergence as China's most powerful leader since Mao could be a potential challenge for the party. President Xi's ending of presidential terms and the lack of a designated successor raises the prospects of political instability when he eventually departs the scene, Kirby warned. But after all its successes, he believes, the Communist Party is still grasping for an elusive goal: legitimacy. What is surprising, when one looks over this history, growth from an insignificant beginning as an underground party to ruling and presiding over the enormous realm and population that is China's, is how sensitive the party is to any critique. It faces enduring questions of legitimacy, Kirby said. It is today one of the most powerful parties on earth, but there are good historical reasons that it remains powerfully insecure. However, the legitimacy it seeks doesn't come from economic might. According to Teng Biao, a Chinese human rights lawyer and a visiting professor at the University of Chicago, there are serious violations of human rights and basic liberties in China, he said. Only constitutional democracy, with its multi-party competition, elections and separation of powers, can fundamentally remedy that, he argues.